If you are married, you need to have a good time, and one of the ways to have a good time, you need to share jokes with your spouse. Sometimes we are too serious. We only when we go to the bedroom, then I think about my wife. Come on, man. Share a joke with your wife. Send her a message during the day and say, honey, how are you in the morning? You know, let it all start from the morning. If you meet my wife, tell her the husband says hi or whatever. You need to do that to your spouse. And you will enjoy life. Because if you try to get rid of her and get the other one, you get even more problems. You get rid of her, you go to the other one, you get even more problems.
And the truth is that any beautiful thing, you make it for yourself. If you're not willing to put in the time, you're not going to get that great relationship that you want. If you do not want to put those little things. For me, I believe people, yes, we say that people change or people, they grow apart, but you allow yourself to grow apart. When we got married, he did say that we met when we were
18.
See, I don't remember, but he remembers. And then you proposed when we were
19.
And then we got engaged when we were
20.
And then we got married at 21. So if you can actually listen to him saying all those things over the 21 years, if I met him when I was 19, what did I know about marriage when I was 19? I knew absolutely nothing. All I knew is that I love this guy. I'm just crazy about him. What does that mean? It means I'm just going to stay with him and in the same roof. What else? We stay together. That's it. I remember my mom was very confused. He was like at 19, what do we tell her? What is it that we tell her? What is it that we do not tell her? They did not know what to tell me because they didn't want me to be scared of what marriage was. But at the very same time, they felt like they needed to prepare me for what was about to come. So what do they tell me? They told me absolutely nothing. But people like you and me were the people that spoke into my life. I was introduced to couples that they were married longer than I was. They spoke into my life. I started seeing them how they did things. And I remember Mama would say, I would get so, everybody in South Africa when it's elder and it's a woman and older than you, we call them Mama. So it's not my mom, but it was another mother that we knew, and my mom's friend. And she says, I remember I would be so upset with Daddy because Daddy would just leave the seat up. And I'm like, Daddy would leave the seat up? I'm like, he leaves the seat up and says, so you experienced that one. All of them, they do that. So don't worry about your husband. Don't make an issue about your husband leaving the seat up. If he puts it down to you, would you really say you don't want to be married to him because he leaves the seat up? I said, but Mama, when I go in the middle of the night and I try to sit, I fall because I'm tiny, I'm small. He says, then adjust. When you wake up, put the seat down and let your husband sleep in peace. It doesn't mean that you don't say to him, Natalie, it would be nice for you to put the seat down. But don't make something big out of something so small. Choose your battles. Choose which ones you want to fight. Would you rather lose a battle and win a battle and lose him forever? Or would you rather still have him?
There is something interesting that Mr. Charles was telling me that he wishes, I know that we are here and we all have issues. Right? Our marriages, we have a lot of issues. He says he wish he would share his experience that if you are married, there is no other better spouse for you. That one that you are with. Because the challenges after marriage where you have to start and whatever, they are something else based on experience. Now, we're talking here about wives. By the way, wives, do you know that I want to tell you guys a secret? This is for the ladies. Husbands are the best people to share your secrets with. Did you know? Because they'll never tell anyone.
Because they're not listening.
You should know that by now. You can share your secrets with the husband. Because they are not listening. Some of them, they have ears, yes, but it's another thing. Sometimes you are waiting to listen, or you're waiting, or whatever.
And I found myself a couple of times wondering whether I'm talking to myself. I'll start and I'm like, I'm so excited, honey, this is what happened. And and into the conversation, I'm like, honey, are you there? God. He's sleeping. I'm like, okay, am I your sleeping pill? Because it seems like my voice puts you to sleep. Am I the only one?
Not wise. Your face.
My face?
So it's my face that puts you to sleep.
The face, right? So, by the way, why did you choose that picture? Do you mean I have long ears, or? I'm just wondering why she chose that picture, you know, because does it mean I have long ears or whatever?
It's the other way around.
Oh, is it the other way around? Oh, okay. Okay. Now, will I sleep on the bed tonight? Oh, okay. That's fine.
No, she wasn't listening. She's able to turn off certain things and turn on certain things.
Okay. Now, sometimes it's not always about sex. Sometimes the best type of intimacy is where you just lay back, laugh together the stupidest things. We have our house in South Africa where on the top, he knows it. Mr. Charles came there. On the top, we have a place which is meant just for me and my wife to sit and watch the stars outside. This is just meant just for the two of us. So we just sit, just watch the stars and relax. Sometimes you need to enjoy the smallest things in life. Just walking with your husband, just going for a walk, and where you sit and you talk about nothing. Enjoy it.
Not forgetting that they're always on their nothing box though. Because when we ask them, Hadi, what are you doing? Nothing. Hadi, what are you thinking? Nothing.
At least I'm thinking, right?
Nothing.
At least I'm thinking, you know. So it is very important that there are simple things that you can enjoy. Sitting there with the kid. Enjoy that moment. Because 10 years down the line, 15 years, they are in school, they leave you. So maximize the time. Some of us, we like to postpone things. If you can do something good for your family, why wait? Do it today.
I'm looking at the book and I'm just
Yeah, okay.
concerned.
Now, I was, okay, I've been trying to...
They say it has finally arrived.
I don't know if there is any man who can help us, you know. I don't know how long. I've got this book, by the way, it arrived. And yeah, I think I'm on page 1000 or something.
No, but I don't blame him because sometimes even me myself, he would ask me, Hadi, what do you want? I would be like, I don't know. But when do you want it? Now. There are times like that, you're like, okay, what do you want to eat? I don't know. But I want food now. That's us, right? Sometimes we have those moments where we don't even know ourselves what we want. When we do not know what we want, let's allow them to show us what we need. Not what we even want, what we need. Because for them, it's all about facts. They will concentrate on facts. I might want a new dress or that handbag that Mr. Charles was talking about, that it's going to be a $300 handbag, but it's going to have $10 in it. I might want that, but let me allow him to say to me, that is not a sensible thing. Let's allow our spouses to speak into our lives and be able to help us.
Now, you see me, I love my wife, I want her to drink some water, so I'll put something for you there you can read, so she can have some water. We're talking about people who sell fish now.
Don't we all do that sometimes? We do. If my husband is gonna say to me, oh honey, my mom needs this, I'm like, but the budget, you know? And then my mom phones and she's like, I need something. I'm like, honey, my mom needs something, can we do it now? No. What happened to the budget? Sometimes it's vice versa. It will be him saying, I want something and I want it now. And when it's me, I see it because it's on his side of the family. I'm thinking, why are you being wasteful? We didn't budget for it, they can wait. But when it's on my side of the family, everything has to stop. Because Tandi, the queen of the house, has spoken, forgetting that the king of the house.
This is now the man, you know. Isn't this what happens? Can't you identify with this, you man? I'm glad you're getting this one. This is being selfish. Because we are saying that as long as you are okay, or I'm okay, then it's okay. Remember when you are married, you know, when I look at her, I must ask myself, what can I add into her life to make her a better person? But many people, the question is, what can I get out of her? She's from a rich family, she's from a wealthy family, she's from whatever. You know, it's all about what can I get out. But it's never about what can I give into her to make her a better person. I said we're going to talk about selling fish, right? Or you wanted me to say selfish. This is all our selfish attitudes. That we all think about ourselves.
Me, myself, and I.
Yeah, me, myself, and I. That's why even this dog, it says we can't afford the cat. Make the calculation already.
Because it's all about the dog.
It's all about the dog. Now maybe let me ask Tandi. They say a husband came home. He took a picture of his wife. Okay, welcome. I think. Okay. A husband came home. He found his wife sitting on a bed. He took a picture, and then took that picture to work. And after 5 weeks, the husband looked at the picture again, and he took it back to his wife. And he said, you know, honey, I'm sorry. It's over between us. Now the question is, what is the secret? If you look at this picture, what is wrong with this picture? Can you guys see? Or we need to switch off the light? Oh yes, you can see. Can someone tell me what's wrong with this picture?
There's a guy underneath the cot.
Maybe you need to look again.
There's a guy underneath the cot.
Did you see the guy?
The guy. There's a guy.
There's a guy hiding
Yeah.
behind the bed.
Just look here. Can you see that? Can you see? There is someone.
There's one here. Backside.
Can you see here?
Oh yes, no.
Do you get it? Because there's someone there. And that's why the guy said, no, it's going to be over. You see it, right? Everyone, okay, that's fine. We can move on. Now, I was thinking, we said the other thing that we do, okay, of course we have written a book which says things men do that irritate women and things women do that irritate men. Now, the reason we wrote that book is because when we look at divorce today, it is caused by all these little things, these little foxes that we take for granted. And you keep letting them grow, and eventually people end up divorcing. When I talk about divorce, by the way, I'm not just talking about people who are living, who have separated. There are people who are living in the same house, but they are divorced. There are people who are still living together, but there is no love anymore. So we wrote that book. It says things men do that irritate women. I will play the short video of that when we launched it. It was when we did the TV interview, and then we will continue. Is it okay? We've got the... So at least you can hear what this is all about.
I think whilst he was trying to get the video for you, I think the most important thing is knowing that if you do get married, you're going to have challenges. No two marriages are the same. Be careful what you share with your friends about your marriage, because sometimes we let people into our marriage that are not supposed to be in our marriages. We would share things that when they get hold of them, they will damage our relationship. I remember there's a friend of mine who said, how do I stay with a wife who kisses the dog but cannot drink from the cup that I was using? She kisses the dog in the mouth, but she cannot drink from the cup I am using. And whether we want to accept it or not, that is what it has come to. It has come to that other people, they stay together. They continue saying they are in a marriage together, but the things that they are doing, they've already exited out of that marriage. How do you want to impact your marriage? What value do you want to add into your marriage? What are the things that will enhance your marriage? I remember we went back to a place that we met when we were in university.
Of love, author Tandi Manzini, and of course
Oh, sorry. Okay, you continue.
We met when we were in university, and during that time, there were certain things that we used to do together because money was not the issue. We didn't have it. So we went back to that very same spot where we used to buy one ice cream and shared it together. That is something that we do almost every 5 years of our lives. We will go back to that spot where we first met. Buy, that shop is still there, buy that same ice cream to that shop. What does that do? It gets to say that I'm reliving that day and those days, the days of my youth, because as I grow older, I forget how I fell in love with him, what made me to fall in love with him, what are the things that he used to do, and he also get reminded of why I fell in love with him. If it's not something that you do, I'll say to you, do it. There were things you used to do for each other. Why have you stopped doing them? You used to make sure that you take your wife out. Why all of a sudden now that you are married, you're no more going out? If you're going out, you're thinking of the cost. It's not about the cost. It's about you spending time with each other. And switch off the phone. If you're going to have a date night, switch off the phone. There should be rules that we're switching off the phone, we're hooking up, we're getting to connect. But that is an effort. You make the decision to do that. And if you can't do that, then one is going to grow this way and the other is going to grow that way. If I met him when I was 19, 23, 22 years later, it was not easy. But we kept on fighting for the relationship. Are you fighting for your relationship with one another, or are you fighting against one another?
Okay, I will play the quick video.
Love, author Tandi Manzini, and of course his wife as well, Tandi, strongly believe that we all need to go beyond success and start to add value to every soul we come across. Stan has been married to Tandi for 20 years and decided to share his success in marriage and her side as well by writing a book for married couples and those who intend to marry, entitled Things Women Do That Irritate Men, and on the flip side, Things Men Do That Irritate Women. Well, they're both here in studio to talk to us about this. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming in, Stan, Tandi. Nice to have you on the program.
Thanks, Elaine.
All right, so you decided to write this book things men do that irritate women, and then on the other side, things women do to irritate men. What did you do? Did you like sit around a table and look at each other and think, yeah, well, that irritates me, so I'm going to write that down, and no, this irritates me. How did it work?
No, actually, we didn't do that. But it's like when you start up, when we were getting married, we were actually we were both very young. So everybody thought this was just a poppy ace. It's just a house that's going to break soon. They don't know what they're doing. But then we found that most of the time, the things that were making us to fight or to agree on things or have challenges were the little things that were irritating each other about. They were irritating me, the things that he was doing, some of the things I was doing that were irritating him, but I wasn't aware that those were the things that, so it's the little foxes that destroy the vine at the end of the day.
Okay, so let's get from a man's perspective. What irritates you about us? What do we do that irritates you?
I think we need to write 5 books, maybe.
Okay, but let's see what you list your top thing here. Tell me what it is.
Okay, I think there are some women, I think it's love, it's February now, so let's just be straight, you know. Some women, when it's time to make love, what do? They all have headaches.
Yeah.
And some women use sex as a bargaining tool.
Okay.
And that is not good, because that doesn't make you any different to a prostitute. Let's say, for example, now her sister needs something and she comes to me and say, honey, can you please do this for my sister? And I say, honey, but maybe our budget doesn't allow us for this month. How about waiting for another month?
Yeah.
Guess what? Some husbands will have to fast for 1 month.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it doesn't make you any different. I mean, these are little things, but at the end of the day, I mean, they all add up. You know, what causes divorce? It's all those little foxes that we don't take care of, and eventually they make us to divorce.
Yeah.
So if we fix all these little things, then we are sure to have a happy marriage. We're supposed to enjoy our marriages, not enjoy each other.
Absolutely, enjoy the marriage. Okay, so that's what Stan says is irritating, and that's what gets to us. Tandi, what is the problem
For
with
me,
men?
it's putting their mothers on a pedestal.
Ah.
It's like no matter how hard I can cook, no matter how many recipes I can try, my food can never taste like his mother's food.
Well, yeah.
So yes, we know we're thankful for their mothers. We appreciate them, because we wouldn't be having them if it was not for them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it comes that time to say, Mom, please cut the cord. I've got a 20-year-old son. I love him to bits. But imagine, there's going to be a time I'm going to cut the cord. I can't just always, all the time, he has to put me first, because at the end of the day, it's about them coming together and making sure that they make a good foundation for their lives. So yes, we appreciate you, Mom, but you have to know now that things have changed. Tandi comes first in my life.
Yeah.
And his mom can never do anything wrong.
Yeah.
They never do.
Okay, so it's putting mom first.
Mom first.
Mom first.
All the time. So even when you look at the highest things that causes divorce, the in-laws are the highest.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose sometimes when they say that when you marry someone, you should look at how they treat their mom, and then you'll know how they'll treat you. That's what I was told by my parents, and it was quite a nice thing. But I suppose once you married them, now let's move on now. Let's just move on. I like this one. Men who assume women's spending is always wasteful. Yes. Is that another one of the issues that you have
definitely.
a problem with?
I don't know how serious that is, because all the time you go shopping, they're thinking you're shopping for yourself. And they don't, there are things you don't write. You don't write teaspoons, you don't write cutlery on your budget every month.
Food,
but those things
and toilet paper.
Exactly.
Those kind of things are really not things that I really want to be spending my money on, but we have to.
We have to. And when the one thing that I enjoy is when we're in Indonesia, I like buying paintings. And when people come, he would be like, this painting, we got it from Indonesia, this one, we got it from... But at the time we were buying it, he was like, she's wasting all the money, what is she doing?
I know what you're saying on this one. Oh, sorry. Are we ignoring you, Stan? I'm so sorry. No, let's talk a little bit more. What else is it that we irritate you doing? Okay. No, I'm serious. What is it? Tell us. We need to learn.
Okay, here's another thing, mood swings.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's our prerogative, though. Remember, we do bear your children.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but I mean, we men, we are not magicians. We are not able to tell what is wrong until you tell us.
Yeah.
Sometimes you wake up and the woman is just angry, and you try to say this.
It's true.
Nothing happens.
It is true.
Now, One of the reasons why some men work overtime in their work, and they come home very late, is because they know when I come home there's no joy because my wife is angry. To make things worse, I don't know what I've done. And then you complain I don't make time for you, but at the same time, I will go where I'm accepted.
Yeah.
My friends will accept me. I'm sure my friends will not be having mood
Are you
swings.
telling me that throughout writing this book, there was peace in your house?
No,
I don't imagine
there
there
were
was.
times in our days where I had to go.
I just wanted, in case, so that you see that part, because it's also very important that there are little things that we take for granted, and if we don't work on them, then we don't get to enjoy our marriage. Then we stay stuck in that. People say, I've been married for 20 years. For us, it's not how long you've been married, but it's the quality of years, the quality of happiness and the quality of marriage in that 20 years. That's more important than telling me I've been 40 years married. You need to be happy during the marriage. That's more important.